Okay, take two. A little bit of vapor in the air. Okay, so hello, hello. Welcome to Summoner School Episode 3. My name's Jonas X. I am a filler in North America. I'm Plat 5. Got there like a week ago. And I figure Platinum... It's easier to listen to someone who's Plat than it is someone who's Gold. Even Gold 1, I feel like the Platinum rank really adds a little bit of, well, credibility? I don't know. So, today I'm going to work on Jungle. I guess I'll introduce myself. I haven't really done much of that yet, and I kind of just did that. So again, I'm on a North American server, Platinum ranked. I play pretty much every role. I used to be a jungle main, but I've kind of transitioned into a lot of supporting and ADC now. I find having ADC gives you a lot more control over mid to late game, especially just like pushing towers. Focusing a tower as opposed to chasing a kill adds a lot to winning a game. Anyways, I'm digressing from Jungle. Jungle is the name of the game today. So I'm going to start off with a game I played with Skarner that went really well. I like the new Skarner. I like the old Skarner too. I don't like the second Skarner, the one that was out for like the past month. I did roll him in ranked a whole bunch, and it did go sort of okay, but most games... late game was okay, early game was kind of bad. His ganks were weak. He really needed the stun that they added onto his passive. I'm going to load up the game and give you a picture of my stupid face. I'm also going to move... Do you remember how to do this quickly? I don't think I do remember how to do this quickly. I kind of want to move my face, my big stupid face, from where it was before. But how did I do that? I always forget. This was really easy. Oh well, okay. Well, it's going to stay there for the moment. I'll just have to be aware that my big stupid face is in the top left corner, and I'm trying to put the action over there. So, highlights of this game were the Mundo was really strong, the Nidalee was trading really well and borderline crazy and pulled off some shit that I thought was going to... I'm just gonna fucking ignore you, Diamond, because, like, I don't know what you're doing in my life, but it's nothing positive. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-doo. Oh, I gotta log in on this client. I didn't know you could move the fucking terrain in the replay mode. It's awesome. Oh, and then I really wish... I need to find the reset to default.
To Summoner's Rift.
Oh, God. So, I like Skarner for a couple reasons right now. He's got a lot of single target damage, so you can remove problematic fed people from the game. Also the suppress, like against LeBlanc with Tristana, you know, Tryndamere people with usually can just walk away, can't. So that's a big plus. There wasn't much that I did right this game, honestly. This was almost won sort of by my team. Like I definitely played the role properly, but I almost want to find another game where every lane lost and then we won, but I couldn't find an example of it. These aren't easy games to win. When you're jungling, they're almost like you just got to resign yourself to that being a loss. Because you are basically only gonna... There is gonna be about a third of the games that you just can't win. I mean, that's, you know, it's not like guaranteed 33%, but it's gonna be something along those lines. You're just gonna get paired up with people that you can't control, that don't know what they're doing. Almost want to fast forward a little bit. I'm not gonna go over too much on builds. It's more like when to gank, when to farm. And there is like a careful sort of balance you have to play between those two. And it's almost dictated by how all the lanes are going right now. Like Tryndamere, this is a gankable lane where he is. Obviously it's level 1, so you know this is talking not at level 1, not at the immediate moment, but it's more like positioning wise. Tryndamere gankable. Lux really isn't, unless I've got my ultimate and I'm tanky and I can dive her and she's low. And then, you know, bot lane is kind of getting into the range of being gankable. You can come up through bottom lane here, or this push isn't working. If you came down through here, this would never happen. But it's, again, whether or not you're going to be farming or farming the jungle or ganking lanes is dictated a lot by how everyone is laning and where the lane is. So, you know, if there's a Malzahar, if you're paired with like a fucking Malzahar and a Tryndamere, Tryndamere is probably always going to be pushed because he's going to be stacking his crit heal. Malzahar is going to be pushed because he's Malzahar and that's what he does. So in that case, you don't want to be taking like a Lee Sin, for example, who's really reliant on getting kills early. Then again, Lee Sin is widely considered broken right now and banned. Well, at least in LCS, he's never banned. So maybe that's not true so much for him anymore, but it was in the past, so we're going to go with that for the moment. Oh, Terrible Diamond's actually being fucking useful for once. Okay, I'll turn him down. How's that? Hopefully it's better. I'm gonna rewind that because there's a bit of shenanigans. Mumu came in to help. Tryndamere was really low. I don't know why he bandage tossed on me. It was a fucking stupid move. Like, especially with all of our slows. I mean, Mumu wasn't playing smart the whole game. This is an opportunity that he made for us, not the one we made for ourselves. Just something we need to take advantage of. And Tryndamere here, I backed off. I backed off from the kill. Diamond, you're gonna love this. This is a spotlight. You're gonna fucking laugh at me. Totally should have kept going. I didn't think Mundo was gonna land another cleaver, to be fair. And then I died. It's an execute, but still, it's fucking retarded. It's a good example of don't go for the kill unless you're 100% sure you're gonna get it, and you're not gonna give one back. Still do it, even with all my experience. So again, gankable lane at the moment. Well, not anymore. She's running back. And again, that's based on positioning. So right now, as the map looks, Lux is gankable. And I'm probably going to grab Wraiths, if I remember right, and then probably go for an attempt on it. And I'm just going back. So this is a spot where you just want to farm. You always want to keep an eye on the... Like, jungling, it's almost like 20% looking at the actual game, 80% the minimap. Just keeping an eye on where your team is, who's doing well in lane, who's pushed, where opportunities lie. And you don't want to rush right out into the lane either. Like jungling it's an opportunity. Getting kills is very opportunistic. Italy was. I enjoyed watching her fight. There was a lot of cute engagements. There's another one in a few minutes at mid where I had to stick. I didn't even know what to do. Like I kept pinging her to B, and she stuck around. We ended up getting the kill. Not much to watch when I'm jumping. Should have almost just taken notes and then fast forward to certain points that were more interesting. Or could at least teach something. I like that Leona followed up on that on my gank attempt here. Like the second that I pinged into the lane that I was coming, she initiated. I would have never done it myself. Like they were both 50%. But it was definitely a good move on her part. That's one thing I should definitely mention. When you're going to gank a lane, dropping a green ping in the direction that you're going, I usually do two, like one there and then one there or something if I'm going into bottom bush. Because it even gives you a little line on the minimap that shows the direction you're going. It's really hard to ignore. And as long as you're playing with a good support, they'll follow up. Yeah, Lux is a champion loaded gap closer. Any time she came anywhere into this middle area, I would jump on it. Watch Mundo. Again, this Mundo played really well this game. Landing a lot of strong cleavers, good engagements. Played a little over-aggressive, but all in all it worked out well. I don't know why they pinned me back here. Like, we could see Mumu here. I knew Lux was coming back. Maybe because I thought I was going to set another turret. I don't know. I was hoping Lux was going to go for the blue here, but no. That's an easy ultimate in this lane. Now, I hide in this bush for a while, hoping Lux is going to sort of wander into the middle, and that this isn't warded. I didn't ping. If I'd pinged her wildly as she was walking towards there, Nidalee would have been able to follow up a lot better. And then this is just a giant string of shenanigans. Like, I want Nidalee to get the fuck out throughout the entirety of it, and she is adamant that she can turn this into a kill. It still blows my mind that she pulled it off. Not blows my mind, but like, I don't know. It might have been Mumu playing a little over aggressively, trying to get a kill on a low held Nidalee. Because like we had no sight on this bush. I knew Mumu was around there, and he was still sticking around, and I was almost trying to just zone him out and prevent him from jumping on Nidalee. Whether or not it was the right move, I mean, we got the kill, but I think if Mumu was smarter, we wouldn't have. I gotta stop hitting my little vape stick. In the middle of my explanations.
Shut down.
This is also a spot where you could even see I wanted to stick around and help and support, I guess, whatever she was trying. Look intimidating. Leave Lux something else to think about. But like, I'd been mid for so long, like I need to go back and farm. Like my entire jungle is full at the moment. And I really thought that she was gonna back off, but I guess blue buff and Nidalee's looking to make plays. Like, this Nidalee is a great example of being wildly aggressive, and as far as I'm concerned, I think she is going to, or he. I always refer to female characters as females. Crazy concept, right? But this Nidalee is going to progress through the game. Once she measures her aggression down a little bit and maybe throws in a few more feints, like just the fact that she's looking for so many opportunities. As long as she knows, like learns to scale back some of the things that she's doing wrong. Like being a little over-aggressive there against Lux when she's low on health. Like, she could have backed off for a few seconds, thrown a few more spears, dropped a couple heals, put herself into a better situation, then re-engaged. Instead, she tried to finish it off by looking really flashy and cool. I mean, like, that might not have been her thought process, but that's what happened. This explanation is digressing somewhat into what to do in every single lane with every single champion, but whatever. Tryndamere obviously being like beyond the turret is a tantalizing gank opportunity. But he runs over the wall and I lose sight and I don't know what he's going to do at that point, so I go back to doing blue. I'm pinging blue for Nidalee to come get it. I don't wait long for my middles to come get their buffs. If I either assume they're not paying attention or they don't want it. Either way, my time is valuable, and I'm not going to sit there and wait for you to come get it. If she immediately started beelining on the mini-map towards it, then I'd sit there, I'd take a few hits, let her spear it. But otherwise, that's my blue now. And people, like, you're going to get mids little bitch about that every once in a while, and that's fine. Like, try to be nice to him, but in the end, it's your jungle and they're your buffs. And that's the end of it. That was just lucky timing on Mu's part. I decide I'm a man, I'm gonna sit here, and either he's gonna die, or I am. And he decides to back off. I don't know what would have happened if he stuck around. Like, all those minions were going to land those hits anyways, and then one more auto attack. I actually think he would have taken that. My shield was still on a 3-second cooldown, so... And I forced the flash. Here, I'll go over my thought process. I remember what was going on here. So I've lost. He's backed up in the initial engagement. Oh fuck! I have to too much. Where the hell? I already fast forwarded past what happened. The exact timing. Okay, here it is. What's it like? 11 minutes. So here's the fight. He backs off. Probably would have won. Thank God he didn't. Now, I just gotta wait for cooldowns. My shield and my E. If he stays within range, and I can land the slow, then I can gap close the W, the shield will protect me, and then the Q and my auto attacks will kill him. And that would have worked. The initial fight, I probably would have lost if he stayed there. So, what else can I go over? What else can I go over? Dragon is kind of available right now, but, I mean, I can see that because Moo's wandering up the lane, and I don't have sight of that in real games, so that's not a fair thing to say. I know I go for it soon. One nice thing with Skarner Feral Player, you can solo Dragon really early, pretty safely. This Lux was definitely up to the task against fighting that Nidalee. Like, she does technically outplay her in a few spots, although it's almost Nidalee's own fault for being a little over aggressive and just not measuring that aggression properly. I'm lucky I don't die here. Like, that was fucking close. It was my shield that made it look not so close. If I didn't have that up at the same time as Lux popped her Q, I think that's her Q. I play Lux. No, she works, but later. Not my cup of tea. Although I do love that little light staff. Little shinies on the side. Like, I don't know what it is about that. It's like almost like it reminds me of old 16-bit or 8-bit graphics. But I love that shit. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else to go over? This Lucian played really well. Again, every lane in this game did really well. Like, these guys were losing trades, but it might have just been because Leona was being a little too passive. I could watch the lane and make a more fair assessment, but yeah, this I knew Janna was coming toward it. We just cleared it, so easy ultimate for the kill. I don't know what Moon was thinking here. He might be thinking that we're diving, and that he's gonna counter gank the dive, but I choose to sweep middle and just take Dragon by myself. I'm glad that he never came to, at least, you know, wander into Dragon Pit, thinking I might have done it. I'm also really happy that my teammates either didn't notice or chose not to give away the fact that I was soloing Dragon. Because either of them, like, if they walk up into the Dragon Pit or she goes down, like, that's a clear signal to the rest of their team, if they're paying attention, that I'm doing Dragon. And that can make my solo Dragon experience very embarrassing. Oh, my teleported bottom. Hopefully it doesn't cost him his turret. Oh, it totally does. I remember the spot. I was thinking about running up top, but it was already so low that it didn't matter. So I chose to get Wraiths instead. I try to squeeze in basically Wraiths or Wolf Camp in between every gank, even if I'm like on my way to a lane, unless the engagement's already kicked off and they're at each other's throats and someone's gonna die. I'll grab a Wraith or Wolf Camp on the way there, assuming I've got Smite up, because you can, I mean, it's an extra 5 seconds, it'll reset it, give you more opportunities to get more money in the future, etc, etc. Plus, you've got to constantly be getting camps in the game. Like, you can't just purely survive on gank farm. You have to make it a regular habit to wander back into your jungle and farm your camps, but do it in intelligent times. Like, don't do it when, you know, like, bots in a full-on engagement. Like, there are spots where I will finish off a camp if I see a lane sort of starting a fight, and there are spots that I won't. Like, if if they weren't gonna win it in the first place, like if they were already dead or if it's a feeding lane, then I won't waste my time. But like that's probably in a spot where they've already died 3 or 4 times, and it's really obvious that they're failing. Otherwise, I'll abandon it in the middle of the farm and then go try and help. I think it. Oh, that's not a good example. I had already finished it and I was going back, but I saw that Mundo was potentially going to be running from a chasing Tryndamere, so I wanted to support and try and help. Looks like Nidalee notices that I'm trying to give her blue this time, and she moves right towards it, and I think I do give it to her. I don't generally steal it from... Or is this... Oh no, my red buff takes it! I leave it for her, and red buff takes it. I remember that. That's me saying LOL, and she's typing LOL as she walks by. So one thing you notice about strong players, like this Nidalee is a strong player, a little too aggressive in spots, but a strong player. Good attitudes. Always have good attitudes. You'll never see them raging. I mean, like if there's a spot that would make a bronze or a silver rage, like we'll laugh about it. Like, look how fucking stupid I was. Like that's pretty much, and that's the end of it. And that is literally the end of it. And then we move on to another point in the game. If I do the exact same thing twice in a row, maybe we'll laugh at each other and then we'll make a joke about how I'm doing that same stupid fucking thing over and over again. But that's it. That's all that happens. No one rages about people on builds. Like if there's questions about builds, there'll be genuine questions about why are you building this? That looks interesting. That could actually be really good. But it's also kind of implied that you know what we're doing at this point. Like I mean myself, I don't, and like I'm not bragging. I am bragging. I don't know. I have a hard time distinguishing between the two when I'm fucking talking these days. But I don't follow builds. I've been just kind of building what I think is going to be most useful in my champion for quite a while now. Although I am tempted to look up some itemization. The itemization changes for Graves. I don't play him that much, and with all the new ADC items, I wouldn't mind seeing what a Diamond or Challenger's thoughts are on that. But yeah, I've always kind of I try to figure things out as I go. Like if something new comes out, I'll play around with it and I'll see what its strengths are, just so I can sort of get my own feeling for where it could be good. Like I find like when I started out, I definitely relied on builds because I had no idea what was good and what wasn't, and I mean that was fair. I really didn't, and it was a good idea to follow up on that, or follow those guys and listen to those guys at that point. But like once you get to a certain stage of the game where you understand like where the damage is coming from and whether or not you can even avoid it, like trying to itemize defensively against a Fed Vayne, for example, is never going to work. You're not going to be able to build enough armor to stop her from annihilating you, unless you suddenly have 3,000 more gold, which is impossible to do without getting 10 kills over the course of 2 minutes. So you can't. Where am I going with this? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. This is a lost rant. And we'll shelve it into the bookshelf of lost rants that will grow increasingly as the Summoner School thing carries on. So we're kind of running away with the game now. 16 to 10, like it looks like it's close, but it's not. We've got like a 10% gold lead on them. That's kind of significant. Like 3,000 gold on one person is huge, I guess. Well, actually, no, on 5 people it's not so much. It's like 2 long swords or ruby crystal and a cloth mail. Do kind of lost track here on even teaching jungle anymore. Totally lost track, but I think that's okay. Covered some interesting points, right? Right? It was interesting, right? And we do win this game in pretty simple fashion. I think they even surrender and doesn't even go to. I don't even know if we get an inhibitor turret. Okay. I think I'm done with this game. I can't remember anything else interesting that happens. Crush, we win. Such is life. Completely forgot that I'm up here. I wonder how much of the action that I covered up again. And the next game is a little more challenging. I almost am showing it exclusively because I got to shit on a Annie that was really problematic for me the game before. Wouldn't team fight, kept getting caught, kept wandering around. Like, she was getting kills, but she'd feed them right back, which is pretty much just as bad. Just as bad or worse than feeding. For the simple fact that you're staying at 300 gold, you're giving them back a lot more money than if, you know, I'm support, I'm Zillion, I go 0-5, but I still got 10 assists or 11 assists, and people still jumping on me in a team fight, they initiate on me, I ult myself, or even I ult a teammate as they're about to die. They get 50 bucks each. You know, that Annie dying in the same scenario is, I mean, one person is getting more gold for themselves than their entire team was getting for me as a feeding support that isn't getting kills. And it's this asshole right here, Dan Pasta. Oh my god, did I camp him. I had so much fun with this fucking cocksucker, and it was so much more satisfying for the fact that he was a giant pain in the balls for me the game before. And like, I saw he was Annie, and I'm like, I'm going volibear, and I'm camping this guy. Like, I was almost positive it was the same person. Okay, I don't see the game in the stream. Where is the game? Where is the game?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
The last one worked. How's this working? Maybe not work? Nope. Nope, still not working. Oh, there it goes. Okay, cool. I'm putting this fucking thing away. Throw it across the room. There, now I can't reach it. Can't reach it without getting up.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
It's the only way we can stay offensive. I quit smoking a while ago, and it's great. But I suck on that thing like I'm the most flamboyant gay in the middle of Club 59? Club 69? The gay club with all the cocksucking in New York that had the movie with the guy with the giant wang. I am more gay than that guy sucking, who is even more gay than he was in the movie. I actually didn't see the movie. I'm assuming he was gay. I'm assuming a lot right now.
Minions have spawned.
I'm just gonna abandon this thought. I do love this microphone axe. It's a cute skin. I also love this volibear skin. Holy fuck, do I love this volibear skin. I turn into a different person when I'm playing volibear games. Like, I get silly in chat. I'm not gonna replicate it now, but maybe I will when I'm rushing up to kill Annie. Maybe I'll get in a moment. And I'm reaching for my fag stick. That's what I'll call it. Remind myself when I'm sucking too much dick. Slash stick. Yeah. Okay. I am digressing again. I have been toying with level 2 ganks. Level 2 ganks were pretty much the norm in Season 2 and Season 1. Volibear level 2 gank with his Q and his slow on mid at level 1 is really powerful. And I almost forget out of habit. Just, you know, I level my W the second I finish off the lizard buff, and then I forget that level 2 gank is so strong. Strong on Skarner too. Really anyone with, well, then again, to be fair, my Skarner, my volibear, I have attack speed, movement speed, quints and reds. Move speed, quints, attack speed, reds. So red buff is really advantageous early on, just because I've got that extra attack speed to keep the slow procced. So that being said, my volibear and my Skarner's ganks are really strong at level 2 on mids when I start on this side. Specifically on this side when I have red buff. It's useful with blue buff. Or useless with blue buff. I really need the extra slow. And right here, like, I would almost 100% always go top from that point, but just because I hate this Annie so much. And this is not the first game. She was whining about it all game long. Like, the more she would, I didn't even respond. I'm normally very talkative in games to my teammates. It's more of a friendly banter as opposed to ranting at them or raging at them. But I didn't say shit. I'm just like, I'm gonna kill you again, again. And if I had gone top, like, this could have been a double. Like, I really should have gone top in that spot. I almost always go top with my first gank, as long as the opportunity is there. A fed top lane is a nightmare in mid game. They get so much. They can absorb so much more and do so much more damage than anyone else in the game, as far as I'm concerned. Like, not in terms of sustain, unless it's like a super fed ADC really early on. Like mids can still do a lot of damage, but it's burst damage, and it's not coming for another 10 seconds or so. Which in 10 seconds, like go start a fight, overextend with your flash on a 10-second cooldown, and then you'll know how long 10 seconds is in a team fight. It's an eternity. So fed top lanes are the best thing you can get for a jungler in mid game, and I mean mid games before late games. So mid game is definitely a better place to get someone fed, right? Now it's not always going to guarantee you a kill. Like I thought, I don't know what I was thinking there. It looked really godly as I flashed to keep the Vi off, but I thought I saw any flash or I don't know if I was repositioning there. Like I might have been a couple whiskeys into the game at this point. I do. If you guys have issues with anxiety when you're playing ranked, I drink. I wouldn't recommend it. Like you have to really measure it and be careful. But that's the only way I can play 10 ranked games in a row in a night. Otherwise, I'll play 1 or 2 and then I'll freak out at my teammates for doing one stupid thing, or I just lose patience. I don't know what it is. Something to do with my brain chemistry, but I've stopped trying to figure it out. I just try not to drink too much, and pretty much only. So I'm a platinum ranked drunk. That's not an unfair thing to say. I was also a top ranked Zerg master drunk. I pretty much only exclusively play ranked StarCraft when I was drinking straight whiskey. So whatever the fuck that means. This Renekton was, I think, a problem. I think. I did a video yesterday with the Renekton. I might be confusing the two. I can't remember. Let's save my... Well, he's not warding, or he's not paying attention to his wards. Either that or he's trying to just kill him. I mean, I've made that decision before. It's top lane where I see their jungler coming in and I'm low. I don't understand that decision. Beyond guarantee. How is he losing to these Kazakhs? Anyways, ganking Annie again. Consistent theme throughout this game. Oh my god. I'm not sure what else there is to show in this game. I like volibear as a jungler. I guess we'll go on that. For not many good reasons that I can think of, to be honest. I like saying I'm a bear in chat, and I like running out and eating people's faces, and then saying that I ate their faces in chat, and then saying that they taste like, example, York tastes like dead things, and he tastes like children. These aren't real reasons for playing a champion. He's strong with single target damage. I can eat a lot of Kazakhs is a champion that volibear eats. I actually thought Kazakhs was jungling, which may have prompted my decision to play volibear this game. He eats the problematic run around, jump on people, do big damage champion. Like he eats LeBlanc. Anyone that does that relies on burst damage, frankly, volibear kind of counters. As long as you've got enough health to survive their burst and activate your passive. Because he's got a lot of single target damage between his W and his ultimate, and he can get on top of people with his Q and his E. There's almost nobody that can run away from his initial engagement, as long as they're, in range of actually landing it. I also love my ultimate and Lulu's ultimate stacked. Oh my god, like anytime I see a Lulu, I grab volibear just so I can see a giant volibear swinging around, hurling lightning at everything. It's the greatest thing in the history of leagues. Yeah. So, I guess to recap, you want to look for opportunities. Lanes are pushed and there's a chance to get a gank. Go for it. Don't camp lanes too heavy unless you're going to be getting the kill. Like like don't camp this Kha'Zix, for example, who's under a turret, desperately trying to get a kill for your buddy who you're duo queuing with. That's not helping anyone. You're hurting your buddy by stealing his XP, and you're hurting the rest of the team by not ganking their lanes and showing him favoritism. Although I don't think that's going to change the opinions of anybody who's doing that. That's a very common thing, and it does work. Yeah. One thing I want to demonstrate is not, when you get to lane, not immediately running into it. I was doing a lot of that with Annie, but Annie was also always pretty much right here. Which means go kill that person as a jungler. When you see that on the minimap. I do a lot of waiting in bushes for people to use the abilities that are going to get them away from me. For example, Ezreal, if I'm waiting to gank an Ezreal, I sometimes might wait 5 or 10 seconds for him to arcane shift. I think that's what it's called. For him to use his free flash. Because that's gonna make it almost impossible for me to flip him. That's a good example. Then again, if I'm Sejuani, I might just run on top of him and then Q when he flashes. But I'll definitely save my Q, my gap closer, for when he uses his arcane shift. It's one nice thing about like a Kha'Zix jungle. You can just run into the lane and then jump on top of them. You don't really have to wait for anything. And if they're overextended, you can just walk on top of them and then even wait for them to flash and then jump on top of them. Grabbing Dragon, anytime you see their... How do I explain this? So, when to Dragon? It's important, obviously. Lots of money for team and experience and such. You want to do it when you see their jungle out of position, in top lane, for example. If you see their jungler smite, that's like I've smited a big minion before when mid lane's getting pushed and their team immediately beelines and dragons, and there's fucking nothing I can do. Like I can't even run in and try and smite steal it. You don't want to just go and do dragon. You want to wait for a time when you have a strategic advantage. Example, even if it's 5-on-5 and I'm Sejuani, for example. Sejuani is really ult reliant for team fights. She's not useful very much without it. If I don't have my ultimate, I would rather wait 60 seconds to try and get dragon. And if they go for it, then we'll contest and deal with it then. But like that's still a bad spot. If my ultimate's not up and it's 5-on-5, then we're definitely better off waiting. Also, if we've killed their bot lane and like they can't contest us in a full team fight, because Dragon's really only going to single target damage one person. It's not like Baron's going to apply a debuff and hurt a lot of people. That's a good time to. It's a good time to Dragon. Whatever. I'm focusing on the fight now. I lost my train of thought. So this is a fight that we shouldn't have won, but we did because they overextended. And here I'll show it. Show when you overextended. So this is Lulu shouldn't have gone back in, but she did. And then Leona made a little bit of a play. Once Vi shows up, like this is a... Okay, I didn't explain that well. Okay. So we're all low. This is a fight that we shouldn't have, which means we back off. We back off, go into a turret, and we try and defend. That's what this scenario means. Now, Lulu, like basically these guys are all overextending to kill Lulu. You can even see them all moving towards her, and like as sight shows up, they go towards her, and then when it disappears, they back off. And it costs them. Like if Kha'Zix had just fucked off at that point, and like killing Lulu there isn't netting them anything. Nothing. Like they're not going to get the turret because Lulu's suddenly dead. Lane's still pushed. We're still around. It's a nothing engagement, frankly, that the team shouldn't be making. But that's something I'm going to focus more on some of my Saturday podcasts. I'll just leave it at team fights are mid to late game is easily the most important part of the game. You're never going to win early. You're going to win your lane, but you're not going to win the rest of the game. I have lost track of how many games I've had where my team does exceptionally well in lane. Like, you can be 13-4 here right now. But then, once you know, like the first 3 towers go down, they just go back to doing what they were doing before. They go back to lane, they go back to farming, they try and kill people. They don't focus objectives, they don't go for towers, they don't go for dragon, and the other team just catches up in gold. Like, and all the other team has to do in that stage is start roaming as 5 people, ward a few spots, clear a few wards with sweepers, and then start picking people off. Like right now, Lucian, or what's it, Draven and Leona are wildly overextended. I don't know what kind of ward coverage they have. They do have great ward coverage. Which allows them to waste the enemy's time, which is great. And they're just going to kill these two. I didn't see this, but they're going to kill these two, then they're going to kill Ezreal. That's my guess. Yeah. Oh, Draven failed me. Okay. You can't... I want to... Let's go with my vision. I want Fog of War. I am blue side. So... I'm going to do a few more videos with the jungle looking like this, so I can display properly. Leona and Draven can push this lane pretty effectively right now because of these 2 wards. These 2 wards are covering them for basically every gank that could hit them up to farming to like right here. Once you see, like even with people with scary gap closers, once they show up in this ward, if you're right here, you can just walk away. And like if it's a LeBlanc, maybe she can flash and then do her stupid gap closer and then ult with the wall. Or I don't know. But that's like the worst thing you have to worry about. So you can push like this Ranting. Like this Ranting is warded very poorly. Let's go back and show that. I'm digressing again away from jungling completely, but fuck it. This is important information. So the map's totally dark. Totally dark. Like he might be going for this turret right now, but it's still like 7 bits away. He's not gonna kill it with Kha'Zix right there. Engaging on Kha'Zix right here is stupid. Again, you're only gonna get the kill, and their team is definitely gonna show up. Like to make this worthwhile, he would have to kill Kha'Zix, push out the lane, and then take the turret. He has like no ward coverage whatsoever, and the only way he's not gonna die here is if their team is incompetent and not paying attention. Or they fucking hate Kha'Zix and want to see him die over and over again. I've seen that, you know. Someone goes 0-6 in top lane and everyone ignores them. Doesn't follow on their engagements, doesn't gank their lane. Allows us to get mid turret, but that's only because, what's it called? No one showed up to defend it. I don't know where the other 2 teammates are, but there's 2 more people in the map that could have, like Annie could have ran mid, Ez could have ran, maybe ran mid. Whatever. Whatever. The point is, don't push lanes that aren't warded. Never, ever, 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 ever. Like, unless you're a god at watching the minimap. And you're not. Like, let's face it, you're fucking not. Unless you're in Challenger or Top Diamond, you're not a god at watching the minimap. You're gonna miss the person that is a problem to kill you, even if you're fed. And then you're gonna be a pain in the balls to your team. Like, if Ranting was alive right now, we could have pushed mid, taken that turret. Could have gotten a lot more done without him than if he had just pushed that lane, not killed Kha'Zix and died. Like, basically, once you can't keep pushing your lane anymore, you should go help team fight. If you can't free farm and force away the enemy laner, and then safely ward everything to prevent getting ganked, you should be helping your team. Like, he should be with Lulu right now, helping defend this turret, and then ready for this engagement. Which would be awesome. Completely annihilate this enemy. Already be dead. Lulu would totally be alive and would get away. But instead, he's fucking farming his lane. Fortunately, I'm a bear and I go in and eat it. I don't know. Oh, I didn't eat it. Okay, so I've completely sort of ran away from jungling. We're explaining how to jungle. Yes, dragon is a good idea. Let's go dragon. Baron isn't an option here. We don't have the DPS. It's a point in the game where we can take it, but we would need dragon. And wards. to make sure. Like, it would even be a spot where I wouldn't want to engage after, I'd want to run. Because Baron would beat us up so bad that a team fight, winning a team fight wouldn't be in our favor. That's probably a good way to put it. And like, I don't play standard junglers by any means. Like, mostly I play Sejuani and volibear. And I can't remember the last time I've seen either one of them in the LCS. And they are largely what took me to Platinum. Well, they took me to like Gold 3, I should say. The rest of it was more my top lane and my mid lane. No, not my mid lane. I won like 2 mid games. I played, let me rephrase. I played 2 mid games throughout the entirety of playing in Gold. Both with Victor, crushed the lanes entirely, but I don't get mid often. When you say Phil, people always take mid. I'm always willing to give it up to. I don't play it that often. I'm fine with that. And I play Victor. Like, he's not a god in mid lane. Like, he's just niche, and people aren't used to him. And I'm good at poking with the laser, and I'm really aggressive in lane with his Q and his auto attack if you're melee. So, anyways, I'm getting off topic again. This is definitely a defensive position. Leona going here to ward would be the only reason why she should have been there. Again, I'm completely wrong and not with the team. And probably could have helped get a kill there. I was defending mid against Ezreal, but it's not like he's pushing with that many people around. I am more than willing to admit when I make mistakes in games. It's the only way you're going to improve. You have to make mistakes to improve. You can't crush every game. It's never going to happen. Never in a million years. What the fuck? Why am I bot lane? What's happening? This is for my own amusement. Maybe I'm talking to the team in chat right now. That could be possible, but I don't know why. Everyone's grouped. That's pretty much the only time I have a reason to talk to the team is if they're not. Is that me pinging that I'm gonna go get red? No, I'm going to bot lane. I'm going to bot lane. There's an engagement middle. Am I low? I'm low. Am I passive? I'm a passive. How much money do I have? I have no idea, because this game doesn't fucking tell me, or this replay doesn't tell me. Oh well, I should have been mid. This wasn't important to get. I don't know what my thought process was. I'm not going to defend it. I'm not going to make excuses. It was a bad decision. I might have been just low. And, well, I don't like engaging as volibear when I'm low, that's for damn sure. Bot lane was pushed, grab the farm and go back. Might have been. I don't remember. Volibear certainly isn't like a Zillion, where I'm low health and I can still be really useful. Pretty much a flip and a slow. This game's, well, there's not much more left. They must surrender. I can't see us taking down their inhibitor in 4 minutes. Watch another team fight and then we'll call it a summer school. As a tank, I try to get into the front line and just take damage. Take damage and deal sub. I mean, if you're a tank, that's what you're there for, essentially. It depends who I'm playing. If it's Sejuani, I'll wait until I'm kind of low on health. I'll save my Q and I'll use that to escape and not give up death. But if I'm volibear, hopefully the passive kicks in and I live. That's that's pretty much all I can hope for. And like while I'm and obviously while I'm engaging my teammates, beating the shit out of the rest of them, that's what I'm always hoping. Happen. Oh, the Savior Leona! Yeah, this Kha'Zix wasn't very good. Again, getting that Lulu kill, like, gets him 300 gold. He's better off farming. He could have got more farm from top lane. Draven being a boss, and dying to a bind. Imagine I go kill Vi. Oh, no. Remember, she got away. Remember, that would have been a money flip. Alright. Well, let's fast forward to the game. I think they just surrendered. I can see why. This Draven was positioning pretty well and annihilating everybody. What's the score? 15 kills? Yeah. Yep. Okay, this is winding down. We're definitely not killing the Nexus in a minute. So I guess we'll call that another Summoner School for the day. Hope you guys learned something. Hope it was entertaining. I gotta try and stare at the mic a little more. Hello. And till next time, keep fit and have fun. I gotta find a better sign off. I gotta make up something. Anyways, till next time, guys.